Howdy, howdy. Frosty510 here. Welcome to Back to the Future. 5 new maps in your future. Crank that water pressure up to 88 miles per hour and teleport onto the set of Back to the Future. Ooh. Okay, so... Is this... Ooh. Ooh. Welcome to PowerWash Simulator. On PlayStation 5. It's a free game for the month of December 2023. And so I thought I'd give it a go. I have seen a lot of gameplay of it. It did have a, sizable popularity, I'd say, on YouTube for a period of time when Markiplier was playing it. So I have seen early career mode stuff. Maybe I'll just... Yeah. Let's just jump straight in, I reckon. Don't have any... Don't have any equipment, but we should be fine. Should be fine. So, what is Power Wash Simulator? It is a power washing simulator. So... Oh. Oh. So we've got various nozzles. And the aim of the game is to clean things. Pretty damn simple. It's a very chill... how do I rotate? That's right. Wow. I'm going like all over the shop. Everyone else I've seen play the game actually does it properly. So it's like, why don't they just go nuts? Whee! So yeah, there is a story. We'll finish this job and then have a look at it. Or just talk about the game. Okay, so sensitivity is quite stiff. So let me just see. Okay, so we have a cursor. Options. Adaptive trigger. Motion sensor function. Ooh. So we could aim without having to use the controller to... rather than using the sticks. Oh, god damn it. Options. Alright, let's try it out. Anything else? Aim mode, toggle, stance select, dirt details. I wanted controller sensitivity. So let's go audio, ambience. Select soap. Ooh. Where's the toggle? Okay, so there's no aiming sensitivity, which is a bit disappointing. Controller cursor sensitivity, there it is. So, cursor sensitivity? Oh, I gotcha. So let's put that up. Alright. Oof. Oof. Okay, still very, very stiff. let's adjust that again, I think. Okay, so a little better. I feel like it's taking it to max. Am I triggering your OCD from not actually... Let's jump in there. Okay, so you go wider, you do less powerful. In order to work, a steam locomotive needs water and fuel, usually coal, but sometimes even wood or oil. Okay. Oh, we've got different nozzles. 15 degree Prime Vista turbo nozzle. Got the soap, we can just sort of soak things up a little bit. And the soap all over. And then switch to 40 degree nozzle. Let's try 15. Alright, so we soaked it, and then we just gotta finish it off. Oh, how do I trigger the motion? Change stance. Okay. I wonder if I can do... So yeah, there's a bunch of options I feel like to tinker with. So I think what I'll do... Dead zone, show crosshairs. No, what I want is... I'm glad that vibration strength starts very, very low. It's the sort of game where you can just... I will, I think, turn it down a little bit because I feel like it sort of does fit that you don't have like a crazy quick aiming. Fast twitch. 360 no scope, water pressure. Water tone, water volume. So these just... I could turn down the pressure hose itself. Water reverb mix. And I wanted to see jump, stance, use washer. Activate motion sensors, hold L1. Okay. Okay, so we can do this to go into aiming mode. Oh, we did something. Oh. So yeah, this isn't a game that takes a lot. It doesn't take very long to explain what you got to do. Again, you just sort of get used to what machinery you need in what situations, which I've got sort of like no idea whatsoever. So just, you know, throw the elbow grease at it. Then we got underneath. What's the scan button? I think there's this. Okay. That works. Oh. We got the gyro. Just relaxing, really. Alright, should I start? This is the time for the casual conversation. So yeah, I watched Markiplier play, go through the, you know, the story things and being extra fastidious and talking about his what he wants to do and all sorts of stuff like that. His Iron Lung coming out soon. I'm not sure exactly when it's coming out. That'll be interesting to see how sort of they blend the special effects and the tension. I suppose the tension is absolutely key to Iron Lung. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how it goes. Whether I assume he's going to be at the cinema, but is it going to be a like pay to watch on YouTube as well afterwards? After they've done their run? But yeah, we'll see what they do with the marketing, because I haven't seen anything yet. So I imagine they've got to be careful, I suppose. They don't want to get too hyped up and think they're going to be like Five Nights at Freddy's and just, you know, have a cult following. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how they market it and whether they get a full release or YouTube something. Yeah, so I did enjoy his conversations with Jacksepticeye as they were power washing. Talking about not bowing to, well, is it popular trends or being locked in their own content that their fans expect, but then they don't enjoy making. So wanting to enjoy what they're making, I think, was some of the takeaway. Not feel compelled to pigeonhole themselves into different kinds of content. Again, that's just my takeaways from it. You may have a completely different takeaway from their discussion, but interesting. That's that's kind of what so much of my content is. I've just sort of listened to what their thoughts are at the end of the journey. So, or maybe they're not even, maybe they're only halfway, or not even. But the way they talked about it sounded like they were towards the other side. When it's time to go, the locomotive boiler is filled with water. I remember watching Jeremy Clarkson filling up the steam train. Steam train? Yeah. Steam? Yeah. That was bloody hard work. He was sweating. In Britain with the last remaining one, I think it was the last one in service. Alright, can we get... Yeah, and when he was doing the race against... I think it was Hammond on the bike, and James May was in the car, from memory. Good show, Top Gear. The original, of course. I stopped watching after the Exodus. I just watch Grand Tour and hope that they make more. I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're really at the pointy end of their creation journey. Kind of makes me, makes Markiplier and Jacksepticeye look a little silly. But in a good way too, because it's so much more in life. And more in creation as well. So it's so he's got leaning on the production side and making things and finding a way to sort of breach the gap between indie and big backed production of films. And that's the power of technology. As it gets better and better, we should be able to bridge the gap cheaper. I mean, the big difference is just access to talent. So the talent recognizes that you can make movies cheaper, and they're worthwhile, and they do well, and they can get a decent return. Or maybe they go in not worrying about the return so much. Other ways they can sort of balance out. Alright, so let's hold L1. Okay, so this is aiming with using the motion sense. Oh gosh. I'll use the stick there. Okay, that's just annoying. No. Let's just soak it for a bit. I think that'll do. Yeah, so yeah, it will be interesting to see how it all pans out, whether they can make a financial return of some order of magnitude but then not fall into the traps of, investing so much into your production team and abilities that you end up becoming what you set out to just sort of supplant. It's really the point, isn't it? It's not like they all started off huge, but that said, they did have financial support, or they were talents from previous iterations of movie companies that moved from company to company, learnt their lessons, and people made their money, and they became the producers and supported the industry going forward. So there's a huge amount of legacy. And the reason why, say like a Disney is as big as it is. At the core of their success is quality content. But that said, it's hard to maintain. Particularly in art. Because you want to consistently create good content. But at the same time, the act of trying to consistently make good content means that you put pressure on the art and the artists to deliver. And the pressure being put on them can be a positive thing, and it can be a negative thing. It can put studios and VFX studios under so much pressure that it's not worth the money. Or it has negative repercussions. At the front, you'll find a cow catcher, though it's not designed to catch the cows as much as it is to encourage them to exist in a space other than that occupied by the train itself. Ooh. The other side of it is definitely the bloat. And that's a bloat of finances and fraudulence and traditional business practices that become, self-cannibalizing, really. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, where they just pay too much for too little work, or positions exist to grift the system, or that's just tradition. And to find a way to get around it, or to remove it entirely, just takes a totally different, from the grassroots, a totally different approach. We'll see if Markiplier's Iron Lung succeeds in that, or whether they, you still have to have your people who know. So that's the kind of, you're beholden to their integrity, as it were. Whether they want to see traditions continue, or whether they're happy to let them go. And that's probably just because they've reached a success. Got to some level where they feel comfort and they're able to do that. Because it's the ones who aren't in a position of comfort making the tough decisions, risking it. So yeah, it's all a risk. Everything's a risk, but I do think that the Iron Lung concept is sort of easier to... Not easier, it's going to be all about believability. And if there's any moments that break the tension that aren't designed to just give the audience a chance to breathe, as opposed to without, not on purpose, then you've got issues. So it's going to be maintaining tension, good introduction, sound should be okay. I think you just go straight from the game if you keep, obviously they've gotten permission, but yeah, that's where you want to start. Sound design is going to be really key. Reverberations. So again, how you build your set, and whether or not they just add the sounds later in post-production, but it could be, interesting. It could be a good, honestly, Iron Lung could translate well to like could it do a show, like a stage stage show, a one-man show sort of situation. I think that could work. I mean, that when you do the practice runs, or when you're doing filming of the actoid, then it would basically be like a stage show. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, if it's genuinely scary, which it should be, or whether, you know, and what sort of audience it targets. And that's probably the other tricky part, because it doesn't have the FNAF side of youth, but at the same time it has the Markiplier side of probably early 30s, late 20s, maybe even more. Yeah, I think he can still capture the youth. I haven't seen his demographics, so I'm sure he'd know it quite well, and that's something that I think, whether they slap his face on every poster, or they just try and keep it to the movie, or yeah, it will be interesting to see how the marketing goes, how they feel about it after testing. What is going on? What am I missing? Up there. I need to change to a... Get in there. Get in there. Lovely. Maybe I'll switch to the soap. Just give it a good douse. I just feel like I'm having trouble getting in. Oh, actually, let's jump in there. Whew. Damn, this is a nice game. Just, you know, you got your focus, your task that's clear. Wood cleaner, metal cleaner. So yeah, what do you think? You excited for Iron Lung? Or you moved on from legacy YouTubers? I mean, not the legacy ones. I remember when YouTube first started. So weird. So weird. It's a pity I could only watch it at school on the crappy computers there, because we didn't have a computer. Didn't have one. We didn't have internet for a long time, and when we finally got it, it was trash in Australia. So I didn't have a like, all the funny videos I watched were ones a friend of mine downloaded for me. I don't know how he did it. And put them on a little stick, and we had the funny videos, the cow from Kung Fu. What was it called? Kung Fu? I can't remember. Terrible. Yeah, the Kung Fu movie, the funny one, where, you know, he goes like, "That's a lot of nuts," and then the cow fighting, and it's so silly, but just good. It's kind of like a mixtape thing, isn't it? share you with your friends. All the clips. Hasn't changed since that's 20 years ago. Shit. No, not, yeah, it's. I mean, it's one of the things of being in Australia, though. You are so far behind, felt at times. But then the internet sort of changed that. Some of the vernacular able to spread around globally. Looks like you're nearly done. So unfortunately, I haven't got time to go into why I think my brother keeps taking nocturnal visits to the national park. Oh God, I can talk to you a bit about parks. That's a good topic. I did some work at a park, planting and all that sort of stuff, all the fun stuff. And on one occasion, there was a fellow. I think they were a young man, from what I could see. They had a bag with them. They went to the toilets, which honestly I would not recommend going to toilets at public parks. Just as a warning. And so the young man, he went in, and then a couple minutes later he came out, and we were all just on the hill, doing the mulch, as you do, and a young man didn't come out of the toilet. A young woman came out of the toilet. And yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Very interesting to go to a public park and do that. And yeah, so we did find a lot of things, a lot of rubbish in the bushes in certain spots. Lots of earbuds, because there's loud roads nearby. I think that was why they had earbuds. No one ever, no one really explained it to me, but you just sort of get the feel that it's something sus. And other stuff too we found, all sorts of sus things. But that was, yeah, the fellow who ran the park, who took care of it, he was an older chap. God damn, he was strong. Bloody oath. Strong as a bull. Or an ox. He just didn't have to tell you what to do. He showed you what to do. God damn. Yeah, he didn't like them. He didn't like people coming into the park at night and leaving rubbish. Thought they were irresponsible. And he was a bit curious though as to why they were there. He thought it was all very very odd. Like a not like a cult, but just odd. But again, public property, you're free to come and go as you please. Just lots of coming and going. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about that. That was bad. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's a bit tricky at times. Get the right angle. But that's where the skill is. Just get in there. Oh, Driving wheel. Your jump is insanely high. Whew. Game Awards is pretty soon. How are we doing on time? Beautiful. Yeah, Game Awards soon. Be interesting to see. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to clean up. Surely. Alan Wake 2 will get some stuff. I haven't played it yet. I don't know. Kind of like on the fence. I played the first game, and honestly, I felt the combat was woeful. So the idea of doing more of that, I think it's less now. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that combat was god awful. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, the Alan Wake, and any criticism, because it can be laughed off because they say it's bad writing. It's like the point of it is bad writing. It's kind of like, it's all very confusing. I feel like it has a good shield, good self-protection built in. All right. Ooh. But what else? Baldur's Gate 3, I played lots of that. Playing more at the minute. I'm doing a solo run to see if I can, how far I can get. Just doing solo. Now, I sort of just take my time and stuff around and all sorts of stuff, but it's interesting playing solo with custom difficulty, which they added, which is quite good. So it means like I've got all the enemies on tactician, but I've got beginner on me. So I've got like I'm quite strong. But having said that, I can still get killed if I get in really disadvantageous positions. So I do have to really focus on where I'm positioning and battling, multiple enemies at once. So I'm currently cleaning up the goblins in the goblin encampment. I got a free Halcyon, so that's, if you haven't played, good game, Baldur's Gate 3. And like you can feel the depth to it. It's something that I feel like GTA 6, hopefully that has the depth of a Baldur's Gate 3, which I feel like is asking a lot, but at the same time they've got money, so money can solve all problems. So I mean, GTA 6 is going to be like 200 gig, surely. I haven't heard people talk about that much. It's going to be massive file size. Online, be interesting. I wonder if they'll put more effort into online, the immersion of online. What I mean is like the character you create having more detail and but yeah, that's the kind of thing I think about when we talk about like the next step in gaming. A larger world, yes, more NPCs, definitely, but having NPCs in the world that go home, that say like in Watch Dogs, they have an identity, even if it is, replicated every now and then. Furnace door. There we go. Let's get in there. Yeah, what else? I mean, Modern Warfare 3, all the issues with that. I didn't buy it. I was... Sledgehammer's reputation really hurt me on. Vanguard was, I don't know. Vanguard is a weird game. The zombies are so disappointing. It's just... I mean, it was odd. It was like... It was rushed, but you'd think they'd rush out just a traditional round-based, but in a small map. But they actually tried to do stuff. Treyarch. They tried to, put effort in. And when it's like halfway complete, it felt worse than if they'd just, found another way. Just odd. The whole thing was odd. I mean, if you were Sledgehammer, you're making Vanguard, you're under the pump, and you ask, oh, can we have a zombies mode? And they go, yeah, sure. You go, well, can we have a round-based one? Because that's what zombies is. This absolute at its basic. You can't go wrong there. You add an Easter egg later, or you can have it so hard that people can't do it, then you add it later, or just take an old map and remaster it a little bit. That's what you'd ask for. So not getting that was just like, okay, they're trying stuff. I suppose it did have a lot to do with Cold War, and they wanted to try Onslaught. So basically, a lot of it's just Onslaught with a mix of Outbreak teleporting between areas. But the Outbreak teleporting between the areas is much larger areas, so it's kind of it's just an odd thing. Just experimenting really from Treyarch, and they're getting their feedback and going, oof. I suppose not having any carryover progression hurt me a lot too. That's something I really liked about Cold War Zombies. It's just the progression. I liked becoming stronger. Show dirt. Oh, okay. Alright, so oh, I think we need the wood. Oh god. I don't even know what that is. Wait, let's try. Okay. How did I... Da 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 da. Okay, okay. Alright, let's switch to the metal cleaner. Alright, so in these holes. Oh, okay, so let's go. Come on. So this is the part of the game that's annoying. Just these last little bits. Which has... Alright, we're almost there. Almost there. Come on. Yeah, back to the Game Awards. No. Spider-Man 2, I thought that was alright. I mean, again, following the formula, doing a couple of different things. Not being, you know, revolutionary. The swinging is so good. The swinging is good. And then I do feel as though the game missed out, Spider-Man 2 on just involving the locals. And there just could have been a bigger part, I think, of the conclusion. Just banging pots and pans and all sorts of stuff. Which would have made sense, I think. Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay, so we got to get in there. Come on. What's left? What's left? What's left? What's left? Alright, so, god damn it, get up there. Oh, I'm randomly spraying. Okay. There we go. Get under there. I think the game is good. Pretty damn solid power washing simulator. Is what it is, really. And then having the extra detail of the text messages and having the story stuff, I suppose, that I've already seen. It's interesting, I think, that there is some lore. There is some depth. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh my gosh, are we done? They're such small specks, come on. Alright, what's left? What's left? What's left? Oh, alright. Yeah, so tell me what you think of the game. Any of the topics. Just chatting. Chilling. Front wheel truck. Okay. The coupling rod, the driving rod. Oh. Alright then, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Pretty chill first impressions. I have seen the game before, played, and it's pretty much what you'd expect. You know, what you see is what you get. I do wish there was like an option for